Good evening, CLC. I'm Naomi Fada. I'm so glad that you could join me here this evening. As you know, we've just been talking about peace for a while now. And so this week I was just going through and meditating on that and praying about what God would have me share next. And my thought was just to look up what is peace in terms of in the Greek, and what does it mean in so many of the New Testament passages that we read. And so I can't speak Greek and I can't pronounce Greek, but the Greek word for peace is Eirene. And so it means the Greek equivalent of shalom, which expresses the idea of wholeness, completeness, or tranquility in the soul that is unaffected by outward circumstances or pressures. And it's a rule of order in place of chaos, which I found that to be quite profound because, when you think about it within your own self, often our anxiety and all of the things that we wrestle with internally are when we do not feel like our soul is in a place of order. It feels chaotic. It feels out of control. And of course, that is where it comes into trusting God. And so, last week I was talking about Psalm 23, and especially in those end verses, they don't sound peaceful. As we read it, thinking about, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil because you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And I love David, the psalmist David, as he's writing that, to think he's putting it out there. He's choosing to put his trust in God, to say, your rod and your staff will comfort me. And so part of that I see, when we go through trouble, David was going through trouble. There is this matter of choice, of putting our will into the situation and saying, I'm going to choose to believe that God is my shepherd and he's going to carry me through this. And so that's just something that a reminder as we go about our life. And so I don't know about you, but often I find that I don't always know when my soul or my inner spirit feels chaotic or out of order. I'm not always aware of everything that's going on internally and as far as emotions and everything else. But I do think that there are warning signs for us all, if we pay attention to how we're acting, to how we're responding to people. Sometimes when you hear about somebody having a short fuse because they're stressed, and for us as believers, when we feel that stress or find ourselves responding out of it, it's a good time to really quiet our hearts before God and ask Him to show us the reasons for that, because truly, stress is a good thing in terms of stress can make us grow, but to be reacting out of stress or responding out of stress is not a good thing. And I don't mean to say that all the stressors in our life are good, but in general, you think about if you're exercising at the gym, if you're not putting any stress on your muscles, you're not going to grow your muscles. So in that context, I think of the stresses in our life very much have the ability to do good, to work, to grow us, and to become more mature Christians, better people, and stronger in different situations. But certainly they're not pleasant at the time. And so when we are in those places where we find that we're just reacting out of our own internal chaos and anxiety, it's a time to refocus and to reframe and to even dwell on these verses of Psalm 23. Even though I'm walking through this valley, this shadow, this hard time, this place that may not feel comfortable, I'm going to choose to believe that your rod and your staff, they're going to comfort me. They're going to guide me. And I'm not going to fear. I'm not going to fear evil. And so just as you go about this week, I encourage you, whatever it is, when those things come up and you feel frustrated or pressured, or you find yourself responding, just take a moment to pause and ask God to show you what it is. Pray about it, and then make the choice to trust. And even in our prayer, sometimes prayer isn't the just talking to God in the morning. It's kind of a heart language throughout the day where we're communicating with God. When we feel ourselves feeling afraid, just coming to Him, or in the middle of whatever we're doing, just raising our thoughts up to Him and saying, I'm going to choose to trust you now, and ask Him to fill us with His peace. So as always, God bless you. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, either virtually or in person. And also, if you have kids and they like to be involved in the virtual kids teaching program, that's on Wednesday nights at 6:30 on a Google Meet. So just send out an email and you can find more information about that as well. As always, God bless you, and look forward to seeing you again.
We would really appreciate a like and subscribe.